Good morning and welcome to Morning Pulse, the pulse of Nigerian politics. My name is Sharon Enem Chuku. Joining me in the studio, I have with me Ifoma Oji and Mr. Daniel Sacramento. How are we all doing this morning?
Good morning. We're good.
I can see you're really looking good.
Yes.
Good morning. And to our analysts joining us via Zoom, we have Mr. Oladimiji Oluwafemi. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you guys in the studio. How are you doing this morning?
We're okay, we're good. Nice to have you here, sir. Now we're going to the three stories that we have for today. But first, Goodluck Jonathan's 2027 presidential ambition may have just hit a brick wall. The presidency has come out strongly, warning Nigerians not to repeat what it calls a costly mistake. A blunt statement dismissed Jonathan's time in office as a failure and sent a clear message: don't bring him back. Now, a deadly armed robbery in Abuja, and Arise TV anchor Somto Chukwumaduagu has been killed right in the heart of the Federal Capital Territory. A media voice silenced just like that. Now, finally, we have in Niger State, Nigeria. A Redeemed Christian Church of God has been burned down by suspected Islamist extremists. The second time this church has been attacked in 10 years. Now, despite the destruction, church members say they will not renounce their faith or stop gathering. They are calling on the government, traditional rulers, and security agencies to act not just with sympathy, but with justice. First, we're starting with the former President Goodluck Jonathan's proposed presidential ambition. Now, before now, we talked on this table how it was possible, whether it was possible for former President Goodluck Jonathan to return to the political scene after leaving for so long, and if there is a possibility that he might run come 2027. And to be honest, some of us said we did not see that happening. But with the presidency now coming out to make a statement such as, oh, don't bring Goodluck Jonathan back, he did this during his time in office, he failed as a president, and all of these things, is it possible now, Mr. Oladimeji, that all of these things are not mere speculation, for the presidency to lend their voice in the whole speculation that former President Goodluck Jonathan might return? Now, is there some possibility here we are seeing?
In Nigeria, thank you for that question, Sharon.
All right.
In Nigeria, anything and everything is possible in our political space with our politicians. Ordinarily, if I were Jonathan, I would have warned everyone around me who wants to, who wants me back for their own selfish reasons and interests, because that is what I think this is. They just want the man back so that PDP can get the light if they will be buying from the platform of the PDP, and or rather from the platform of the ABTC. Who knows? Perhaps we'll be joining in the primaries that have been thrown open in the ABTC. But if I were Jonathan, who now enjoys all the paraphernalia of the continent, and of course of the United Nations as an international envoy, I would rather stay on my lofty assignment. Having sat for 4 years, and having been responsible for the emergence of APC since 2015 because of the desperation that PDP and Jonathan's government set Nigerians on, which led them to, hurriedly and desperately approach the forest to fetch that ant-infested firewood called ABC in 2016. We are still dealing with the rodents that came with that firewood till today. And one of it is the Sumi incident that happened unfortunately yesterday.
Yes.
So Jonathan, I'm not saying it cannot happen. It can happen. In fact, 4 months ago when I got wind of it, the first information I had about it was Jonathan meeting with some young guys trying to sample the waters. But today it is no more speculation. It's getting hard on, and it is getting credence that there is a possibility that Jonathan will be returning. Unfortunately, we keep recycling the old ads and the old PK. There is nothing that can come out of this for Jonathan except bringing himself down again from the lofty height he is currently. I am enjoying continental privileges, international level privileges, and I want to come back to,
I get that.
join myself, join issues in this muddy and murky Nigeria political space. No, I wouldn't do that, but there is no honor among Nigerian politicians. Let me just leave it like that.
All right, thank you, Mr. Olajimeji. I'm coming to you, Ifoma, now. I wanted to ask your take generally on it first before we proceed.
I'm just watching this set of persons kind of antagonizing Goodluck's regime, and I'm like, if we are to compare the two regimes, Goodluck's own was far more better than what we're experiencing. Let me bring to our notice that during Goodluck's era, Nigeria experienced what free and fair election was to a very large extent. And we remember that when he was, after he was re-elected, when, what's his name? Buhari won the presidential election, he peacefully handed over to him, and that was etched in Nigerians' history, because it's unlike the former president who would like to fight politically and go into court and the rest of them, but we experienced it. Let me quickly remind us that when Goodluck was in seat, fuel was around 145 naira. Please, how much is fuel of recent? That's number two. Let me quickly remind us that during Goodluck's era, that this he rebased our GDP. It was during his era that we overtook South Africa as one of Africa's largest economy. You understand? So Goodluck Jonathan did a lot of things. It was when things got sticky, was during Dasuki's procurement, $2 billion procurement that he was supposed to use for, getting arms to fight Boko Haram insurgencies. That was when the whole thing started, because according to reports that the money was mismanaged and it was not accounted for. And the emergence of Boko Haram and then the kidnapping of Chibok girls in 2014. That was when everything got sticky, and every other thing that followed through after that. But if I am to judge Goodluck Jonathan and this regime, Goodluck Jonathan did far more better. But as regards to him coming back to office, I've said it when we had this conversation before, I said it was better for Goodluck to act as a statesman, an elder statesman. You understand? I love what he's doing. There was one interview I watched. He traveled, I can't remember the particular country he traveled, but he was talking about people that are in official positions, that if they are not delivering, if they are not doing what they are supposed to do, then they should be removed immediately. Yes. So he has been doing the work of an elder statesman, and I think he should continue with that.
Okay, now you're saying he should continue. I'm coming to you, Mr. Daniel Sacramento. There are some things that she made mention of that I'm just going to list out when it compares both regimes, because that was my next question. Comparing Jonathan's regime and the Tinubu's regime, less than or almost 2 years plus now that Tinubu has been in rulership. Now there are some things that Bayo Nanuga mentioned. He said that the Tinubu administration has stabilized the economy. He also cited the fact that he has also been interested and focused on infrastructure, citing the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, the Sokoto-Badagry Highway. Now he also made mention of the fact that our GDP has grown with 4.23%. That is the highest it has been in 4 years, outspacing the 3.5 that was projected by IMF. Now he also made mention of the fact that in 2010 and 2013, crude oil sold for an average of $100 per barrel, and by December 2014, the Jonathan-led federal government could no longer pay salaries to federal civil servants, at least least 28 states across the country owed workers huge salary areas. Now coming to Tinubu, where we're experiencing Nigeria swimming in debt above almost how much in trillions that we are owing, not just to international bodies but even the World Bank and the local bodies as well. And apart from that, we've seen insecurity surge. The Somi case, that is the next story we're going to touch on, is a very good example of the bad insecurity. Now this is not in Borno, this is in Abuja. We also talked about the fact that the police came out to say they were looking for a missing vehicle and all of these things. Now comparing the both regimes, now what do you think? How do you think that these two different political leaders have fared? And do you see Mr. or ex-president returning as a form of salvation to the Nigerian people?
Okay. President Goodluck Jonathan is a Nigerian, and he has every right to vie for presidency or any elective position. That is his fundamental human right. It's not going to be the first or the last. Trump just came back. He was a former president.
Yes.
And he came back. So if Jonathan decides to come back, his luggage is at owner's risk. And with what he achieved and what this present administration is claiming to have achieved, well, both of us, everybody here could attest to what Jonathan did. At least during Jonathan's, a bag of rice was sold for 5,600. A bag of rice, 50 kg.
That
50 kg. From 2013, 2014, 2014, I bought a bag of rice, then 11,000. Then in 2015, it went down. So we were all there. During Jonathan's regime, fuel, we know how much it was sold. 97 naira.
65 to 140.
Yes, so from 65 to 140. We know how much they are selling now. Okay.
Exchange rates.
Exchange rate. During President Jonathan, there was a transformation agenda which achieved across all several sectors. We remember You Win, where people were giving money for agricultural purposes, youth for that matters. These were things Jonathan did. In 2014, Nigerian gross domestic GPD was the highest. You made mention of it. GDP, yes, GDP. We had during this time these what was it called, the breaking up of state-owned power holdings company.
Yes.
That was those are part of things he achieved. We have physical transparency during his time. Infrastructural development with this railway thing started in NS, road construction, second Niger Bridge was all during his time. Airport modernization. These were things Jonathan did. In education, increased access to higher education. You remember he established 12 new federal universities. 12 new federal universities. Both the Alamajiris and all those stuff. These were done under him. Out of millions out of school children in North, he gave them free education. I'm going to come to that. Investment in the healthcare. You remember 2014 Ebola.
Yes.
We are one of the first country that was able there and did so many things. So there were a lot of democratic and social reforms. Electoral reforms were there. Conception of election, he saw him. He wasn't just talking the talk. He was acting the talk. He was the first president who considered defeat. He was the person who said Nigerian blood is not worth for any of these election. Those are the things. We talk about women empowerment. You give it to him. Now I wonder where Bayonunuga always wake up from. Whether he wakes up from a beer parlor or club. I don't really know where he wakes up from, because you just wake up. You want to. You see, when a cry of a drowning man, you have nothing to show. are shouting, even in as much as Jonathan has not even come out publicly to declare his interest. People have started clamoring for him. Look at the whole things we've read out that he achieved.
Yeah.
Look at how he said election must be free and fair. I remember Labran Maku, who worked under him as a minister of information thereabout. Labran Maku wanted to go and contest governorship election in Nasarawa State. And he came to seek the support of Jonathan. Jonathan said, you have to go to your grassroots. They are the ones that will give you the support, not him.
Yes.
It was one of the things Labran Maku left his administration. That he didn't get support from him. He said, why would I'm the president of Nigeria, not the president of Nasarawa State. So you need to go home, go and let the people, if you are popular, win your election. If you're popular, you win. You can't be in Abuja and want me to come to Nasarawa State. I'm not from Nasarawa State. Jonathan told Labran Maku. So the truth about this is that there is no way you can bring the comparison. And that one know that he's saying that the Nigerian economy is stable. Where?
Stable where?
How?
He said from fighting insecurity in some states.
Okay. Do you know that in 12 forest guards were killed in Kwara State on Friday?
Yes.
12 of them. A whole village was ransacked.
Just on Friday.
Now they are fighting. You see, the truth about it is this. How I wish I will sit down with the president one-on-one. If that man sits down with me for 1 hour, he will change.
Mr. Daniel.
I am not kidding. I am telling you the gospel truth. It's something I know I have the grace to do. There are people you don't need around you. That is the truth. There are people you don't need. There are people that cannot tell you the gospel truth.
Because they are benefiting something.
They are benefiting something. I'm the type of person, I don't care if I'm my boss or not. I attack you. I tell you what I want to tell you. I tell you the truth. If you want to be successful, leave those aides of yours. Go to the grassroots. They are the people that will tell you the truth. But when you sit down in the confine of where ACs are, and people come to tell you this, you will not hear anything.
Lies.
They will feed you with big lies, and you will work with it. That is the truth about it. I give it to Governor Lesotho. You understand? He has a media outreach where monthly or he gathered media people and they interact. You hear what people want to say. You get the feedback from people. Because that this is where you begin to work. You hear the feedbacks.
Yes.
You sit up from there and know what to do. Now these people that are few here, and another thing is this: bringing everybody from your own region into a governance is a very terrible thing. Where there are diverse of cultures and religions and tribes, because those people that are coming from your place will not tell you the truth.
They'll be biased.
They will always want to sing your praises without telling you what you ought to do. That is the truth. A former governor in Anambra State brought all his people, placed them in a Jew city. Today he's the one suffering it. Those people are going about doing press, coming down to the new governor, calling their former governors names that he didn't do what he ought to do. But meanwhile, they were the people who were handling their affairs. You see how it looks like? When 95% of all appointments are pointing towards where you're coming from, there is no way you're going to succeed. Go and mark it anywhere. You will not succeed. But when you have a mixed breed of people, religion, this person knows that if he fails his religion, he's going to have a lot to answer. He sits up.
Yes.
He makes your administration very viable. Now, you even as the president, when you want your sledgehammer to fall, you will not look back.
Exactly.
You will pass justice. That is why when people talk about Obasanjo's regime, I tell them that as far as I'm concerned, Obasanjo is one of the best presidents we've ever had. One, he believes in doing things rightly. He believes in doing things rightly. Obasanjo doesn't cover sins. He's a proper military man who will use rod and iron and follow you up to make sure that he gets the right result. Yes. So these are the issues. So like Jonathan, he has every right to come out. I don't have issues with that. If he thinks he has all it takes, if he thinks he knows he wants anything that he wants, and that there are some, he wants to come and correct the errors like Trump did, let him come on board. Right. And let Nigerians decide.
Exactly. At the end of the day, it's all for Nigerians to decide. It's in the court of Nigerians to decide who they want to lead them. Now, we're also going to take a look at the unfortunate incident and situation that happened to the Arise TV anchor by name Somto Chukwumaduagu, who was killed during an armed robbery attack. Now, my first question is this. Now, there are lots of speculations. People have different things they are saying. But Mr. Oladimeji, do you genuinely think that this was a random robbery that went wrong? Or was this a direct assassination?
Sharon, you would allow me to rephrase your question, because that's not the situation I think we should look at it from, or the point we should look at it from. Let me remind you, I'm happy that Comrade Sacramento is in the studio. I want to remind you that this occurrence of armed robbery has been long gone in Nigeria for a while. We last heard about cheap robberies like this and maiming and killing of citizens in their homes by armed robbers long ago. Me, I heard of it long ago. And I'm sure Comrade Sacramento can confirm it as well. But today, armed robbery is back to our homes. Courtesy insecurity.
Hunger, poverty.
The level of, we have got a precarious level in our security. Let me put it like that. A very precocious level. That even if you, Sharon, chooses to join the men of the underworld today, you will succeed. Yes. If I choose to join them today, I will succeed because of how precarious, how open our security is today. And I have been saying this since the day we openly went into negotiation, into peace treaty with non-terrorists. What signal are you sending to men of the other world who have gone down and passive? They will come back active. It is normal phenomenon of life. You have given them, what do you call it? You have ratified the process, you have ratified that sector that is lucrative. You met with a lone terrorist who came back. I keep saying this thing. No government of the world will meet with terrorists. Even if they will meet, it will not be a public thing.
Yeah.
American says we do not negotiate with terrorists, we do not negotiate with terrorists. There are diplomatic means they do it. Diplomatic ways, rather. When they realize that their citizens would be affected or become they go the route of diplomacy, but they do so much that it will be so discreet you won't know the negotiating terrorists. So that they don't send the wrong signal to the society. But here we are in Nigeria, because we are freakers as leaders. We are scapegoats as leaders. I apologize this month. So someone is dead because of carelessness of people. We have been talking about insecurity, and today it is very possible that on my door tonight, the man in the long black coat will knock on my door, and I will be the next victim. Okay, 6 months ago, during the answers, tweeted that Nigeria will not happen to me in less than 24 hours like it happened to that young man.
Yes.
Soma Attention just died yesterday, some robber. She know 6 months ago that Nigeria will not happen to me and my family. Go and check her tweets. Today she is dead, a victim of Nigeria. And any of us can be victim anytime, any day. So we should speak to the insecurity of Nigeria and not discuss the possibility of ants in the murder or killing of Somtochukwu. That shouldn't be discussion at all. We media should not join them in that kind of discussion. At all. Sharon.
All right, we hear you loud and clear, Mr. Oladimeji, and all of these things that you have recalled has brought in a lot of emotions, especially for us as the civil society and as Nigerians who have endured a whole lot from the government and from the security agencies, referring to entities that are supposed to protect us. And he has pleaded that we do not toe in the line of assassination or random robbery. But what is your take, Ifoma?
This is a sad situation. It's
really
not just
sad.
A tragic case. Imagine a young, vibrant life has been cut short. Just like what Mr. Oladimeji said. May Nigeria never happen to you. But Nigeria will happen to every one of us if we don't take actions. If we don't hold these people accountable. This person is a press, what is it called? She is apart from being somebody in the press, an on-air personality, she is equally a lawyer. So it is not about she being a press person or a media personality. She is equally a citizen and a law-abiding citizen of Nigeria. So it can happen to anybody. It's not even about her case that I'm talking about here. I think these people, questions need to be asked. We need to hold these people accountable. The people, why are we not hearing cases of, probe? Why are we not hearing cases of these people being brought to book? Why are no arrests being done? What is this going on in Nigeria, for crying out loud? You have under the section 39, 1 and 2 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, you have the right to express your opinion. Section 2 talks about the media or an individual owning a media house, running a media house without interference, so long as they don't libel or defame the government. Apart from that, section 22 still captured that the media and on-air personality, journalists have the right to uphold or even hold the government accountable for their actions. So even if this is not a normal or random attack, you as a press have the right to question the government policies. Why is it that when you question the government policies, they'll come after you? It is really unfair. It is really unfair. I commiserate with the family, the friends, and the entire crew or the entire body of our Rise News for this tragic loss. It is really bad.
Really
but
sad.
Something needs to be done about it, because even
need
if
to get resolved.
even if it's not Somtochukwu, it will be another person.
Can I really just say something? Maybe you guys have not really looked towards that angle. Somtochukwu, like Ifise and Mr. Oladimeji, Nigeria has happened to them. It's not just Nigeria happening to them. Have you flashed your mind that this thing happened in Abuja?
Yes.
Where is Abuja? Abuja is the head of the nation. That is where the president stays. That is where Vice President Wike lives.
Oh, Wike, okay, yeah.
He is the minister of FCT. And Somto died last week. Yesterday.
On Monday.
Last week, there was a kidnap case in an estate inside Abuja. So many robbery activities has been going on inside Abuja. Now, the truth about is this. Like I said, and I'll keep saying, if I sit down with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on just 1 hour, a lot will change. The problem is this: sentiments. If they know you are the person that will bring changes, they better not allow you come forward. That is what Nigeria is all about. That is the truth. Now, you can't tell me in Abuja we're talking about robbery, Federal Capital Territory. We're talking talking about security collapse. It means that evil could happen. Our president could be assassinated. That's exactly what you are telling us.
When they stole police vehicles.
When a police vehicle was stolen inside headquarters, the IG should have resigned this morning.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Heads should have rolled immediately. Look at what we are hearing. So why wouldn't they kill Somto? If inside police station they came and robbed a vehicle and took a vehicle away. In fact, they kidnapped a vehicle inside Lion House, Lion Building. So who is Somto Chukuna that they will not kill? That is the question. So you see, it is quite unfortunate where we found ourselves. And people like Onamiga and where is the other one? We always come out, Bawa, we always come out and they talking from the as if they are talking to deaf and dumb people or blind people. Look at the happenings in Abuja. Look at the kind of things we hear. After Nyanya's bomb blast during Jonathan's regime, we never heard of any other insecurity in that place that was not tackled head on. You see, time has come when people should stop just playing to the gallery.
Yeah.
How can FCT minister be there? And we are hearing this kind of. How many times have you heard that?
Come out to say.
How many times have you heard things happening in the White House in the US? You can't play towards that angle where Trump lives. You can't play. There are people who understand these things, who understand what security is all about. Ours is every minute, every second, we just come out and be talking trash. Look at it. A long life has been taken away. Now, what are the causes of all these things? Poverty. No work. When work comes, you look for family members to give. Professionals, people who ought to be the ones working, are nowhere. They need to survive.
Yes.
So many of these people, their parents are in the hospitals. Nobody to take care of them. There is no means of survival. They do things for people who are in the House of Rep and the House of Senate. They will concentrate it and turn it into a campaign properties. People are watching. Youths are watching. Go and see about 6 armed robbers, kidnappers that was caught in Anambra State. Just Saturday. Go and see. Little boys. Little boys. You need to see the cache of arms that was caught with them. You now ask, even grenade. You now ask yourself, where do they get all these things from? Where are they getting all these things from? So the problem is that majority of the people who ought to be talking are not saying anything. They only go to the police station, go to the military, get military men to guide them and their family.
And that's it.
And that is it. So they allow Nigerians to go and die. So that is the problem we are having. And I want to also lend my voice to the family of Somtoju. It's a very, very massive loss. Not just for the family alone, to Nigeria and to Igbo in general.
Yes.
Because this is a very massive loss. We commiserate with them. It has happened. And now, because we do not have active security system, police have said they have jumped into the matter. They are now looking at that. This is why I say, police people, now you do blame them. Like I said, I'm not blaming them. I wanted to blame them at the initial. But at the time I said, if a man stands on the road holding a gun in a whole lifetime doing all these things, your guys are in the offices, AC, flexing. This guy is there. His life is at stake. Anybody can come out and kill him. And the family and everything will just go like that. To the state that they concentrate in that money they collect. and do not do the right thing, who are you going to blame?
There's
the system. That is the problem. The system is the problem. So who are you going to blame? You're not going to blame them. If you blame them, you won't blame them too much because they are fighting for survival. If their pension and gratuity is a sure bet that they are finishing, you are going on with the sum of 50 million or you're going on with 100 million as your pension or your gratuity.
There will be more
gratuity. There will be more dedication.
All right.
And that is it.
Thank you, Mr. Daniel Sakametu. It's a really sad, and I don't know how many stories that would be enough. No amount of stories enough to be enough for the sad situation that has befallen the family of Sumto Chukwumaduagu, her family, loved ones, friends, even to the people in Arise TV and to us as a nation and as audiences that she has in one way or the other ministered to. Us, from all of us here at Active Citizens, we are saying a big sorry that unfortunately we are seeing that Nigeria has happened to a young person as Sumto Chukwumaduagu. Now, in an equally sad situation and scenario, we are going to take a look at Niger State, where a Redeemed Christian Church of God was burned down by suspected Islamist extremists. Now, this is not the first time this will be happening for this particular church. It's actually the second time. And in a viral video that we are going to watch, we can see them even singing in the midst of the falling bricks and building and walls of their former church, where the church used to stand, saying that they would not renounce their faith. Let's take a look.
We praise your name, Jesus, to protect us, to guide us, Lord, to see us through. To fight for us, to give us.
All right, we just saw that video. That's just really below the belt when you witness these things. And you know, when you hear this news all the time, sometimes you communalize it. You just get used to hearing, oh, certain number was killed, 18,000 people have been killed. And you forget that they are not just numbers. These are actual lives, actual properties that have been destroyed. But I'm going to come to you, Mr. Oladimidi. A lot of people have been saying that all of these things that have been happening, especially in the north, with Christians versus the Islams, is enough to declare it a genocide. Yet, people are not seeing it like that. But first, give us your take on the unfortunate situation that happened for the Redeemed Christian Church of God. Mr. Oladimiji, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me in the studio?
Yes, we can.
Can you hear me in the studio, Sharon?
Yes,
we can hear you.
All right. Thank you. It is important to note that the information trickling out right now needs to be cautious. I mean, we need to be cautious of them as Nigerians, and then we need to be careful how we absorb all of this information. Let me start with the information that came from that foreign news platform that profiled the current insecurity of Nigeria as though it were currently strictly Christian killings. Let me say categorically, I am not saying that there are no Christian killings going on. It's been going on for a while. In fact, there were a time that it got to its peak. This foreign media platform didn't notice at the time. But now that insecurity has become a general phenomenon in Nigeria, Christians are being killed, ordinary Nigerians are being killed, Muslims are being killed. These people thought it right that this is the time to come out and spread the information that Christians are being killed. I mean, hearing the perspective or the narrative as though the current insecurity in the land of Nigeria is focused specifically on the killings of Nigerians. No, we are currently having insecurity, but what we are witnessing is that, I said it earlier, all players in the underworld are now active. They say in my language, it means that if a landlord is alive, the compound don't grow weeds. But in Nigeria, our leadership is stale. Our leadership is conscripted. Our leadership is deliberately docile to the plight of 230 million Nigerians, so much that we can die in our droves, double digits every day. You can even mark your calendar with the killings going on in Nigeria currently. And we are profiling it. No, that is where I want us to be cautious. We shouldn't profile the current killing in Nigeria. It is not just the killings of Christians, of Nigeria Christians, it is also the killings of Nigerian Muslims, the killings of Nigerian traditionalists, killings of Nigerians generally. This is what is going on. But it's unfortunate that this church building was razed down. And I commend the worshippers for standing by their faith and not renouncing it. You know, now that perpetrators are seizing the opportunity of comatose security, many incidents will come up, Sharon. Many events will continue to, in fact, if we are not careful, we'll be getting double events of insecurity in the country. Now, if we are not careful, we may even experience simultaneous killings, coordinated killings across country, across states in the country. That is how porous, how preposterous we are in the country. And let me end by quoting the current occupier of Aso Rock. What he said in April 4th, 2014, and I quote him verbatim. He said, Nigeria's security situation is precarious. Nigerians are tired of excuses and explanation. They want protection for their lives and property. That was Tinubu speaking directly to Jonathan when he was president, and he was in the opposition at that time. They were trying to come in, and he said this. Today, we are saying it to him too. Tinubu, Nigeria's security situation is precarious. Nigerians are tired of excuses and want protection for their lives and property. Do something or leave the position. And let me quickly say this as a wrap up. To Nigerians who are watching and those who watch later, you have been provided by providence. Politicians who care for you as Nigerians, and you have the president in my own principal, Peter Obi, who you can kill behind and can remove us from the status quo that we are currently on and put us on the path where we begin to think of creating a new Nigeria that works for us in the studio here and works for you Nigerians that are watching us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Oladimeji. Beautifully said. Ifoma, let's have your take before we move to Mr. Daniel.
Okay, before I make my comments, I just want to cite the Constitution. First of all, the 1999 Constitution, Section 38, Subsection 1, which talks about the freedom of thought, conscience, and religion, which says that you have the right to, believe in a certain or have this body of in a pattern certain religion, which means that nobody can actually infringe or force you into believing a certain religion or way of worship. That's number one. And then number two, the Equality and Non-Discrimination Section 42, subsection 1, which talks about that no Nigerian should be discriminated against because they are Christians or Muslim or any other faith or religion. Now, you could see that at least we have this in our constitution. But the problem is, who is implementing it? Why is it that we enact laws that we don't implement? Now, we can't take away the fact that there have been history of violence against churches in the past. I'm not going to go far back, but let's take it back to Boko Haram emergence. Let's take it back to ISWAP, where a lot of people were murdered or massacred in church because their religion does not align with them. Let's talk about the Oro church massacre, which happened in 2022, where about 40 persons were murdered in church. Let's talk about the northern massacre that had been going on in Kaduna State, Plateau State, and everything has been covered under the umbrella of religion. Now you're killing people because your own religion does not align with them. Is it supposed to be so? Even when we have it in the constitution that nobody should be executed because of their belief in a certain or a particular God. It is so sad that this is happening. But then again, even the early church, they were persecuted. And even the Bible cited that you will definitely be persecuted. But I love the fact that they held on to their faith, in as much as they are facing all this, massacres and all this persecution. They are still standing firmly by what they believe in, and that is beautiful to see.
It is beautiful to see. To you, Mr. Daniel Sacramento, let's have your take as we wrap up.
Well, I wouldn't want to just say Christians have been massacred alone. The Northerners has been in a northeast, has been
northwest.
In a northwest. Sorry, has been, even northeast. There is nowhere where the peace is. There has been. They all have been on a receiving end. It's a form of security lapses, and also preachers are not exempted. Both some of the Christian preachers and the Muslim preachers who always preach incitements to incite people. Remember the young lady that was stoned to death, that they say she spoke something wrongly. So a lot of things need to change. We need to change our mindset. We need to this thing is all about mindset. Insecurity, you're saying, is mindset. One, because if you value people's life, you can't go on board to start taking away people's lives. It's people who needs to value, and the government is the of the whole problem. That is the truth. So we really need to come together, to sort these things out. Burning of churches, killing of people, burning of mosques. Last week there was a mosque that was burned down, where people were killed in Zamfara State. So all these things is because people no longer value life, and that is the problem. We have to look into this. So, like Mr. Wadmeji rightfully said, the president should sit up or vacate, so that people who understands or who have the technical know-how could easily step in and know how to sort these things out. As simple as that. So I want to just rest my case here.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Daniel Sacramento. From the sudden death of Somto Chukwumaduagu to the people of the Church, Redeemed Christian Church of God, that had their church burned down and were attacked in the process, and to the several lives that have been lost in the course of this insecurity, emergence, and insurgency that we have faced as a nation. It is a deeply sad situation to see. It is really sad that this is happening in our generation. But we cannot allow this to continue. We cannot pass this on to the next generation, because they will ask questions. What did we do? And the first thing that we have to do as a nation is to first, like Mr. Daniel Sacramento rightfully said, to change our mindset. The fact that most of us still think that it's impossible for Nigeria to ascertain a level of stability, the fact that most Nigerians have zeroed the future of Nigeria in their mind, even though you are not to blame, it is where it should start from. The healing should start from here, the mind, and also should translate to our actions. We shouldn't just talk without taking actions. We cannot continue like this, and we can't continue doing the same thing expecting different results. It doesn't work that way. But especially now, to the family of Somtochukwu Madagu, again, we send our condolences and we just say sorry for the unfortunate situation that has happened to your family. And to the average Nigerian watching, like they have rightfully said, we hope Nigeria doesn't happen to us, but we cannot just hope. We have to put in the work, and this is why we are saying that it is time to wake up and actively participate in the government that governs us. Get your PVCs for a start, and that's where we'll take it up from there. Anyways, thank you to my analyst, Mr. Oladimiji Oluwafemi, to you, Ifoma Oji, for joining us as always, and Mr. Daniel Sacramento for your beautiful contribution in the conversation. We thank you to also our viewers who always join us live and those who watch on later for your comments, your likes, your shares. We see you. We encourage you to keep on doing so. And if you're yet to follow us across all social media platforms, please find us at Active Citizens. You can find me on my personal page at Sharon Enemchukwu. And you?
You can find me on Facebook at Oji Sophia and on Instagram at Miselex.
Mr. Oladimiji.
You can find me on X, my boss Oladimiji. Nigerians, please be ready to take your country back.
All right. Mr. Daniel will always be in the studio. Till we see you again this afternoon for RCD Hot. Do have a good morning.